Hey there, and welcome to the LEAP podcast. Striving to meet the greatest challenges facing humanity, LEAP is a global tech event and a platform for unearthing the minds of some of the most influential people on the planet. Join our conversations as we explore the pivotal role technology has in reshaping our world.
Welcome to another edition of the Deep Fest at the Leap In podcast series. I'm Richard Spur. Well, today we dive into the role of artificial intelligence in digital content creation. We're thrilled to welcome Jordi Van Den Bussche, a renowned digital creator, entrepreneur, and AI enthusiast, as he shares his perspective on how AI is transforming content creation for the next generation of creators. He's known to millions as Kwebbelkop. We'll discover what that means perhaps in a few moments' time, to explore how AI is revolutionizing content creation and shaping the future of digital entertainment. Jordi, you are hugely welcome. So great to have you here today. You've been an online content creator now for years. What first drew you to AI, and how did it shape the work that you're dealing with at the moment?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. A great introduction, by the way. And my passion for AI, it all started with a book I read, AI, Our Final Invention. And I also think the Terminator movies really intrigued me into AI and what this could mean for humanity in the future. But specifically AI and content creation, it really occurred to me when I was creating a bunch of videos every single day. I was very much, a machine running and producing content. And I had delegated, I would say, every aspect of my entire business, from coming up with the videos to preparing them. Like the entire production and the entire business was running really, really smooth. Um, but there was one issue and one challenge, and that was that um, I, as the creator, was not replaceable, and I could not delegate myself in front of the camera. And this was, I would say, 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago when I ran into this issue, and I thought, okay, well, how cool would it be if I could still continue making videos, but I could even delegate the camera work, like being in front of the camera, to someone else. And that really that thought and that so-called keyman problem, and me trying to solve that keyman problem, that really kicked off my my AI journey.
Was there another specific moment or a particular realization that you can credit with sparking off this journey that you embarked upon into the creation of content with AI?
Yeah, like I said, it was really me running into this key man problem. I was burning out. I was really struggling to maintain and upload videos while also dealing with other parts of my life and my business. And I just wanted to take a holiday. That was really what it came down to. I'd worked 8 years in a row without ever taking a day off, no weekends, no holidays, super unhealthy. And I thought, okay, well, if let's say I would quit for a month or maybe 3 months, and for my physical and mental health, then that's going to pause my entire business and my entire production. So it really forced me to think outside of the box and to try and find a way to tackle this.
And let's get to the nitty gritty of this and what really I think you're all about essentially. You know, how do AI tools change the way that content creators really work today?
Great question. So at the end of the day, what you do as a creative is you come up with this vision, you come up with this creative idea, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to translate it into something that maybe other people can experience, and often that's the case. So if you're a musician, you'll think of the music and you'll have your creative process and outcomes music, but it all starts from this idea within. And everyone has their different ways of expressing it, but eventually there's this product. So what are these AI tools doing now? They're really helping us translate these thoughts into experiences, either music or video or art or whatever, and they're really it's a tool that makes it much easier and much more accessible for anyone to translate creativity into this so-called experience, and that's what AI is really empowering. It's really making it easy, quick, fast, cheap, and fair.
Jordi, what AI tools do you think are really essential for creators as they go about their work in 2025?
Well, first of all, we're gonna have to talk about Chat GPT. Still the
Of
best one
course.
out there.
The
Uh,
elephant in the room,
the
yes.
elephant in the room. You like, it's mandatory for now, right? There's definitely other tools coming up that are very exciting. Google has some really exciting stuff. Anthropic has some very exciting stuff. But regarding large language models, those are the three big ones. And then you can look at all these different modalities and figure out, okay, well, what fits your style the best. So, for example, I love Flux. Some other people might like Midjourney for text to image models. And then there's also these video models now, text to video. So Sora is one of the most photorealistic one there is. Another really good one is Kling AI. And for audio, like speech, 11 Labs is still the best one. And that really, I would say, covers the majority of the modalities that are very important for these creative tasks. But I'll always recommend people just experiment, figure out what do you like, what works with you, what doesn't work, and then take it from there.
And as somebody who I think has embraced both, creative and technical roles, how do you balance creativity, shall we say, with AI-driven analytics and artificial intelligence-driven automation?
Yeah, so my creativity has transcended, I would say. So rather than me looking at my creativity on an individual piece, I've said, no, my story, the story that I'm telling is not about one video. It's the story about AI content creation, right? So my creativity is more expressed in an accumulation of all my content rather than them being viewed as an individual piece. And I think that's what we're really seeing right now, is that this creativity, it's being expressed in different ways. It is not being replaced. It's still there. It's just we have to view at it from a different perspective. So like I said, before I would upload one video at a time, but now it's about the story of my AI journey too. Like, how does this AI evolve? How does this AI content creator grow and make better content over time? Where a year ago people would make fun of it, and now they look at it and go, wow, okay, that's actually hyper realistic and kind of entertaining too. And that's the whole story that I'm trying to tell, and the creativity that I'm trying to express. And it's a new form. It's a new form, I would say.
Do you think, though, Jordi, that maybe creators risk losing a bit of the personal touch, a bit of subjectivity, by automating certain aspects of their content?
Possibly. But how I see it is now, rather than doing all the grind work yourself all the time, you can steer and become an operator of your vision. So your vision is still there. It's still your vision. Even if you have the best AI tool that can make the best, most viral content, if you decide to launch this AI tool that can create hyper viral videos on social media, then that's still your vision. It's an extension of your creativity, and an extension of who you are and what you stand for. If you say, well, I want to do this with education, even if the entire content production and strategy is being done all automatically by AI, it still originated from one individual's vision and one individual's drive to go and set this up. And it's an interesting way of looking at it, but it all still will always boil down to a human deciding, hey, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do, regardless if an AI executes the job.
What role do you think principally AI will play in the future of digital entertainment?
There's a few stages that I foresee happening in the very near future. So the first thing that we recently achieved is photorealistic AI video. And let's talk about AI video because it's something that everyone understands. So entertainment on social media, for example. Well, now you can watch videos on social media and they're completely fake. It's like people walking their octopus dogs, or there's a park where people hang out with pickles, and this is here right now, photorealistic, almost indistinguishable from reality. I'll see it, and as an expert, I'll go, wait a second, that cannot be real, but it looks real. So we're at that stage right now. And what we're going to see is these videos are only going to get better to the point where they are really indistinguishable from reality. The only distinguishable factor will be the laws of physics. Like, we know the laws of physics. These AI systems, they will follow the laws of physics, but we know a pickle being doesn't exist for now. Okay, so
I just can't get this octopus dog out of my head. Tell me more about it.
It's just you're walking your dog on a leash, but it's an
octopoodle.
An octopoodle, and it looks like it looks real. So these type of videos, they can be produced right now, and what we're going to see is more and more and more going to come. So they're going to become more complex rather than it just being octopus dog short video. There's going to be an octopus dog documentary, and you're going to be narrating it, right? We're going to have this beautiful British voice narrating it about this is what the octopus dog does and its daily, like in its habitat and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to see these much longer pieces of content, but they're going to be directed and shot as if they are like the best of the best Oscar nominations, like really high level quality. So once we're going to start seeing those pieces, and this is going to happen very rapidly from now on, after that, we're going to see hyper tailored and hyper specific content to every individual. So there's going to be a point where it is so cheap to generate one of these videos or an hour of content. It's so cheap to generate it for you that we can just, or anyone can, like the platforms or the AI system can look at your data, know what you would most likely want to see, and based on what it thinks that you want to see, rather than serve you that video in their database of videos they stored, they will generate this video on the fly for you. And it's hyper specific, hyper tailored, unique to you as an individual. And I think that's going to happen that's going to be mainstream within 5 years. 100% sure.
Are there any particular AI developments or indeed trends in digital media that really excite you at the moment?
Besides the one I just explained, I think a very specific trend that is due to blow up this year, there's two. One of them is humanoid robots, which are going to be really fun. I think humanoid robots is something that I've personally been excited about since I was a kid and watched some sci-fi movies. And humanoid robots can also, help make digital content. They can help shoot content. They can work as stunt doubles and body doubles. There's so much you can do with them. And then the second trend, which I'm really excited about, and I think humanoid robots more for 2026. I think 2025 is the year of AI agents. And an AI agent is a so-called AI that not just is a chat bot, but rather you can ask it, hey, as a friend or an employee, can you do the following task for me? And it'll proceed to go and book everything for your travel to Saudi. It will book your hotel reservation. It might even call the front desk and say, I prefer like something close to the fire exit, or my bed needs to face this direction because I don't know why. Or maybe put a warm towel there when I get there, right? And this is what this AI agent will be able to do. And the basic foundational blocks are there already. It's just that It's a refinement and making it faster and cheaper and better. That's what's happening this year, to the point where we're going to see a lot of digital work and digital jobs being done by these AI agents. So that's what I'm really excited about.
Now, what advice would you give, I wonder, Jordi, to creators who are looking to leverage AI to enhance their own content and maybe new content?
Yeah, number one piece of advice is go and experiment. Go and try everything out that you can try out. Don't be afraid to try something new. Uh, uh, Really, if you think, hey, I want to use these AI tools and I want to try something, just go and do it. Just don't even ask anyone. Just start. When I got started with a lot of these AI things, like programming, for example, I had this idea of creating an AI that could help me with social media. I had no idea how to write code. I just got started and I learned how to code within 2 months, right? And I wasn't too worried about it. I just one day said, "Let's get started. Let's try to figure it out. Let's understand this." And now I would say I'm fluent. And that's the main thing. If you have this idea, if you have this vision, just jump on it, try it, spend some time experimenting, enjoy it, innovate, take some risk. Yeah.
And, what would you say are some of those practical steps? You said that you were lucky enough to become fluent in a very short time in coding, but, not everyone has that aptitude. What would you say are some first practical steps for creators who are new to AI, but who want to try and integrate it into their content?
I would say if you have a question or if you have a vision or an idea, you just go to chatgpt.com. You go and boot up the O1 model, and then you explain to them, this is my vision, this is my goal, this is what I want to achieve. Write me a step-by-step plan on how to achieve this in baby steps. And then it comes with a plan, and then you just go and execute this plan. By the time you're done or you're halfway there, you'll be way better at whatever you wanted to do, and you probably have a really good feel on how to get there. And I think that's the beauty of these AI tools nowadays, is you can learn so quickly, you can learn so fast. It is like a massive life hack to use them in your advantage right now.
Well, life hacks are always good. Let's talk a little bit more about Leap specifically and how the work that you're doing aligns with DeepFest's goal of pushing technology frontiers for creative industries.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing with my company and with the vision. Uh, uh, at JVDB Studios, my company, we said, okay, well, we are creatives. We work in a creative industry. But what does innovation look like within, creativity and within this creative business? And innovation in our eyes was, how can we redefine storytelling in a way that, the core principles are still there, but the way on how it's executed is completely different. And this is exactly what DeepFest stands for. We push the frontier of creativity. We question creativity. We are at the frontier of technology, specifically AI and generative AI. And it's beautiful that this is exactly what DeepFest stands for, because we are the company that's perfectly positioned in that exact spot.
And just finally, I suppose, what do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions or even fears, I might say, even fears about AI and its application in digital media?
I think the biggest misconception is that because you are making AI generated content, that it either cannot be truly creative or authentic, and that it cannot be fun. I think a lot of people misunderstand that, when a piece of AI content is so good, and it will be so good in maybe a year from now, it will be indistinguishable from reality. It will be impossible to distinguish an AI piece of content versus a man, like someone who's done it manually. And a lot of people are starting to believe every single day. More and more people are starting to switch over and understand that AI content can be of equal value, and it's cheaper, it's better for the environment, it is faster, it's safer. There's so many perks to it. It's just big misconception is that it's bad or dangerous, I would say.
Well, Jordi, it has been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, and we look forward so much to having you with us in Saudi Arabia. Join us again, won't you, for another edition of Deep Fest at the Leap In podcast series.